Hi, and welcome to our on-demand technology training from your Miami Association of Realtors. My name is Robert Rodriguez. In this presentation, we'll be going over how to use our iMapp tax system for commercial properties. You can access iMapp from inside of your MLS by simply clicking on the iMapp logo, or from your Miami dashboard by looking for the iMapp logo as well. On a phone, you can always open iMapp from your browser by typing in the iMapp address, which is scf.imap.com, logging in with your regular MLS ID and password. Now, iMapp is a tax program. It's a public records program which has access to every single property in the entire state of Florida by switching the county and searching for the property you'd like. iMapp serves both residential and commercial, and you can look through public records by going to the tax search. You can also look through the MLS records and also the foreclosure search. Let's begin by looking for a commercial property inside of our MLS. So let's go over here and hit search, and then let's look for a commercial improved. And in this case, what we want to do is we want to look for a property that is for sale. And let's try and pull up an apartment building in, say, Miami-Dade County. And let's go with zip code 33135. All right, so we've got 4 matches in here. Let's hit results. And let's look at one property right here. And here we have a multifamily property. You'll notice that the iMapp logo is also inside of the listing. Let's go ahead and click on the iMapp logo, therefore bringing up the property inside of the iMapp tax record. As you can see, it is zoned multifamily, 2 to 9 units. And all the way down here in the building information, you'll notice that the property has 3 units, and it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bathroom property, plus another property with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and 2 units for a total of 5 units in the building. What we want to do is that we want to run a comp analysis for a property like this. So let's click on Find Comparables. We're looking for comparables close to 4,949 square feet, which is the total of the building with 8 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. So what we normally want to do is that we want to search by setting the criteria to a 20% difference in lot size, also another 20% difference in living area, located within half a mile during the last 6 months, and you want to hit set as default. Now, by doing so, you're going to pull the most similar comparables sold within the last 6 months within a half a mile radius. In this case, I did return one comparable right over here, number 1 on the map. And if you go down here, you'll see that this is a 12-bedroom, 7-bathroom. It's a 4,076 square foot, and it's sold for $855,000. Now, if you follow closely, iMapp is going to give you a range based on price per square foot of $1,039,000. This is because this property, which is the comparable, is 4,076 square feet, so it's smaller than the subject property, and it's sold at $209 a square foot. $209 a square foot times the subject property square footage, which is $4,949, you're going to get a total of $1,039,000 with $100. Now, let's try and look for comparables within the last year and see if we get any others. In this case, we picked up another. As you can see, there's another comparable up here, and that one sold for a lot less. It sold for $153 a square foot. That's a 12-bedroom, 6-bathroom, and it's 5,545 square feet. That brings your minimum now to $759,000 with a max of $1,039,000 with an average of almost $900,000. You can always try and stretch it out to 1 mile, and in some cases you may want to go in the same zip code as well. So going out 1 mile, now we're looking at a minimum of $759,000 with a max of $1,429,000 and an average of $1,022,000. Now looking for the most expensive comparable, you'll notice that there is a property right here which sold at $288 a square foot. That sold at $1,150,000, and it's a 3,982 square foot. So by including this one in the comparables, you have now brought your high up to 1,429,000 and remaining with an average of 1,022,000. This is how you run a comparable for a commercial property inside of iMapp. If you notice, the property is listed at $1 million. So iMapp is actually telling us that the property is listed at $1 million and it's worth just about $1 million as well. So it's a pretty good comparable to use for your customers. Now let's go back into iMapp and let's click on the MLS or the property tax. And let's look. The owner of this property is Antigua Apartments number 1 LLC. Of course, you can always go to sunbiz.org and look for the owners of the corporation Antigua Apartments number 1 LLC. Let's begin a new search. Inside of our iMapp program, you guys will notice that you have the tax search with the search fields. The search fields are always interchangeable. You can always look up property by the owner name or the property address or the property use. I like to always focus on the property use in a commercial property simply because you can always open up the property type and say, all right, let's look for multifamily, 10 units or more in any particular zip code. So let's do 33135. This is going to tell us how many multifamily buildings there are with more than 10 units in this particular zip code. And let's click on Start Search. And what we have is 201. Now, let's refine this search by going back to the original settings without erasing what we had already done. And let's say we wanted to know how many properties have sold in the last year. So you'll do sale date, and then you want to go back 1 year. So let's go to 03, and let's go to 23, 2020. Oops, not 2019, because we got to go back 1 year. And then you want to hit Start Search, and out of the 201 properties, you have 14 sales in the last year. So if you were doing a comparable and you couldn't find any comps within a 1 mile radius, then you can always go to the entire zip code and you can see how many properties have sold within the last year. Refine this search again. And let's say you wanted to see how many properties sold within the last year for more than $1 million, then where it says sale price greater than or equal to, you want to put in $1 million. And then you want to click on Start Search, and now that leaves you with 9 results. 9 results out of the 14 sold for over $1 million. Let's refine this search again, and basically you want to do number of bedrooms, then you can always open this up here, and you can look for the number of bedrooms. And then you go greater than or equal to, and let's put in 8. And these are the number of properties that sold over $1 million with more than 8 bedrooms. So as you can see, there's a way to break down all these searches and get the result that you're actually looking for. Let's go back to new search. And let's say, for example, you're a commercial broker and you're trying to farm an area for gas stations. So you're going to, again, open up the property use and you're going to look for service stations. So let's look for service stations, which I believe is number 26. Here you go. Number 26, service stations. And now, once again, put in a zip code. Let's put in zip code 33125. So by putting in zip code 33125 and then service stations, you're going to get a result. And these are all the gas stations or service stations in zip code 33125. 16. So you have 16. Anytime you have a list like this, you can always search through the list to see if there's anyone active. Remember that the green symbols represent active listings. The yellow symbols represent the under contract or the pending listings. And all other symbols are really to be ignored. You have blue symbols, which are sold properties, and then you also have the red symbols, which are withdrawn or canceled from the MLS. And often you'll see expired listings as well, which are the black symbols, and a little foreclosure mallet, which indicates the property is under a foreclosure lien. Now, if you wanted to create labels, you can always click on Create Labels. And what you're going to do is you're going to be creating labels for the owner addresses. And you're going to also um, remove the duplicates based on unique property addresses. So there's an owner that owns multiple gas stations. You only want to reach out to them one time. And then go to Avery 5160, choose your label, and simply click on Generate Labels. And eventually you'll have your labels ready to see. And here we go. Here are the labels with the name of the owners of each gas station, and simply go ahead and print them out. Now, if you wanted to do an Excel sheet, you can always click on the download results, and this allows you to do an Excel sheet. And let's do a phone number Excel sheet, and let's see what we have here. And this is the spreadsheet that is generated with the owner name and the owner addresses plus any phone numbers if available. If you notice, there are no phone numbers available. Remember that this is a list of corporations and these are landlines for residential properties, so you're not really getting any phone numbers through here. Let's close this out and let's open up our iMapp once again. All right, so here we go. We're going to click on New Search and we're going to continue using iMapp for commercial property. Now let's go back to the MLS and let's do a different search. Let's do commercial and let's look for warehouse for sale. And we're going to go ahead and click on warehouse as property type. You can always do warehouse alone, or you can do warehouse office combination, or warehouse and store combination, or you can also do industrial. In this case, we're just going to do warehouse space, and we're going to look at warehouses for sale in Doral. And what we have here is going to be 7 results. We're going to click on the results. And let's just go ahead and choose on one warehouse right here. This is a warehouse listed for $2.5 million. Now this warehouse is listed at $2.5 million. And by clicking on the iMapp logo from inside of the MLS listing, we're going to try and figure out what the actual value of the property is based on a market analysis. And what we're going to do is that we're going to click on Find Comparables, and we're trying to find comps for a warehouse that's about 9,600 square feet with a lot size of about 20,000 square feet. As you can see, with the criteria that we previously had set, there is no comparables. What I normally want to do is I want to stretch out 1 mile, and then I'll do 1 year, and then hit Update Criteria and see what we have. So within 1 mile, 1 year, we do have a neighboring warehouse that's sold, and it's sold for $1,563,000, slightly larger at 10,519 square feet, with just about the same lot size. So we have the perfect comparable right down the street, So we have the perfect comparable right down the street for a total of $1,436,000 when you do the adjustment based on the size. Let's go back once again and let's click on New Search. And I want you guys to know that you can always do a search based on zone and zoning information from inside of iMapp by selecting one of the search fields and switching it over to zoning. And now you can look through the zoning codes in Miami-Dade County and run your property search in iMapp based on zoning codes. Let's switch our focus over to the MLS Search. Let's click on MLS Search. And basically now what we want to do is we want to see any expired listings that have not been relisted that are of commercial properties. So we click on listing status, and then we're going to go expired not relisted, and we're going to do property type, and let's go with commercial. And then let's do in the city of Miami. And then you want to add an expired date. So basically open up a search field that you're not using and select expired date. And let's just go back to January 1st of this year. And then let's click on Start Search. So since the beginning of the year, expired searches in the MLS that are commercial properties, you're going to get a total of 69 properties. So now, as someone who's trying to get a listing, you may want to go through these expireds and contact the owners and see how you can get this listing. For commercial foreclosure searches, you want to click on the foreclosure search and then open up your property use. And in this case, let's go ahead and look for multifamily 10 or more units. And let's see, in zip code 33135, let's see how many foreclosures exist in this particular zip code for multifamilies 10 or more. In this case, we have no matches. So let's go ahead and remove this, and let's do in just all of Miami-Dade County, see how many foreclosure properties we have that are multifamily 10 or more units. All right, so here we have 15 results. These are 15 foreclosure liens filed with the clerk of court. These are for multifamily 10 units or more in iMapp. And what you want to do again as a realtor is that you want to try to get a hold of the owners, see if they want to list the property or they're interested in selling the property to your investor as well. So these are the many ways that you can use iMapp for commercial property. Let's go ahead and click on New Search. And I'm going to jump right back to Tax Search. And I want to leave you with one last search here that you want to do. And you want to look for REO foreclosure. So you want to click on REO bank owns. And you want to do yes. And we want to look for, say again, multifamily 10 units or more. And see how many multifamily 10 units or more are REOs currently in Miami-Dade County. Here we have 3. So we have 3 results that are REOs, currently bank owns, and these are buildings with more than 10 units, as you can see, 154 bedrooms, 327 bedrooms, and 20 bedrooms that are currently owned by banks. As you can see, these are the many different ways you can use iMapp for commercial properties. For more information on iMapp or any of our programs, please tune in to MiamiRealtorsLive.com and watch some of our video tutorials previously recorded, or you can always follow us on YouTube at Miami Trainers. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for being a Miami member. Have a wonderful day.